Ohayo gozaimasu, Sayaka Sensei.
おはようございます、フェリーと。
It's a pleasure to be with you this day, and we would like to make you some questions. And can we start with the questions?
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is this difficult to go through a job interview?
It's very difficult
It's very difficult.
because you have to prove yourself that you're good enough for the company. You have to do a lot of research about the company.
Okay.
And you have to be able to answer all the questions that the interviewer asks you about the company and things like that.
That's why they can see you're prepared, right? Okay.
Exactly.
And in how many companies have you been working to?
Full time, just 2, OSG and Tech Demo Play.
Okay. And what positions have you held?
In OSG, I was a tool designer and
Tool designer.
a tool developer.
Tool designer.
So 2 positions. And then here, professor, so just 3.
Okay. And what do you like of those 3?
I like working here
Yes,
because it's my field that I studied. I studied
Okay.
architecture and urban planning. So it's something I enjoy most, have the most interest in.
Okay. And well, we know you work at Osawa's Cruise and ratings. Could you tell us what the company does?
The company makes tools basically for industries.
Industries.
Like-
Piece, like the piece of the tools or the tool?
The whole tool.
The whole tool.
So, and sometimes they make machines as well to use the tools. So the main tools are taps,
Okay.
which make the screws, the screw holes, and drills
Right.
to make holes, and end mills to make moldings.
Okay. That's an interesting part of the And what position you have at OSG?
Again, I was a tool designer and tool developer.
Okay. And how was your stay in the company?
It was very difficult because I didn't have any previous experience in tooling or industrial design or manufacturing. So I had to learn everything from the beginning. So it was kind of like going to university again,
Okay.
but a different course.
But I think you learn a lot, right?
I learned a lot, yes.
Okay, that's interesting. And how is that engineering comes to architecture?
Well, the question should be the other way around. How should architecture
Come to engineering,
Because
right?
because I studied architecture and urban planning, and then I couldn't find a job in
Okay.
architecture, so that's why I had to take the first job that was offered to me.
Okay. But you like it, right?
Not really.
No? At first, no?
No,
No?
not really. No. It was
well.
very difficult.
And how the engineering and designing tools is related to the architecture?
Not at all.
They are not.
No, not related at all.
Why?
Because making tools, it's very small scale, and the customers are like automobile manufacturers or companies that make airplanes or very machine related industries,
Okay.
but architecture is nothing like that.
It's not like the exact part of the engineering, right? Okay. And how have you been your experience working with people around the world?
It's been very interesting and sometimes difficult because sometimes you expect a certain kind of reaction from someone because you're used to that kind of reaction from your own people. But when you talk to, for example, like people from Europe, their reaction will be different, or their speed of work will be different. So, like expecting an answer in 2 days, sometimes it takes 1 week or something like that.
Or with the language?
With the language, it's difficult too.
And do you know any companies that design tools in Mexico?
Actually, OSG has a
OSG has a
branch here in Toluca.
okay.
And-
Very
Yeah, there's also Sandvik. It's a Swedish company.
Swedish company.
And probably like Kennametal, which is an American company. Those are like the big rivals.
I see. And well, we consider is very important the experience you had in the company in designing tools. What impact have this knowledge in your actual job?
This knowledge in materials and drills has no relevance to architecture, but not the technical parts. The knowledge in maybe like how to work with
Because of
different
what you
materials.
told me before, right? The architecture and the engineering is not related. Or, okay.
But the way I work has impact.
And when you started your laboral job at the company, you should need previous knowledge about materials, right? And this knowledge do you acquire in your career or only in your experience, laboral life?
Only in my experience, work experience, because the company trained me
And they teach you things you have to learn, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And what was your motivation to take another step and study your mastership?
Because studying architecture in Japan as a bachelor, it's very broad, no specific area, because we do a little bit of structure, a little bit of like design, a little bit of urban planning. So I wanted a specialty, something I could focus on and go into more detail.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We were so interested in you, so we choose the interview to you.
Thank you so
And
much.
arigato gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you.
Thank-
Feliz talk.